ο πατέρας του 11χρονου Τζέικ. Τον μεγαλώνει μόνος και αντιμετωπίζει προβλήματα επικοινωνίας μαζί του. Το βασικότερο, ο μικρός δεν μιλάει σε κανέναν, αλλά δείχνει στους γύρω του αριθμούς που μπορεί να σημαίνουν κάτι. Κάτι σαν προβλέψεις για πράγματα που θα συμβούν. Σήμερα είναι η Παγκόσμια Μέρα του Touch, της νέας τηλεοπτικής σειράς με τον Κίφερ Σάδερλαντ, που ακολουθείται από ισχυρό hype προσμονής, ύστερα από τον καταπληκτικό πιλότο που προβλήθηκε στην Αμερική στα τέλη του Γενάρη. Το Touch κάνει πρεμιέρα απόψε και μέσα από το FX Channel στην ΟΤΕ TV. Το Cinemad, με τη δημοσιογραφική βαλίτσα του Θοδωρή Δημητρόπουλου, συνάντησε τον πρωταγωνιστή του στη Μαδρίτη για να μας πει περισσότερα για τη σειρά σε αποκλειστικότητα για την ελληνική τηλεόραση.
6,919,377,000 of us live on this tiny planet, and only a few of us can see the connections, the patterns, mathematical in design, are hidden in plain sight. Just have to know where to look. I've been alive for 10 years, 5 months, 17 days, and 14 hours. And in all that time, I've never said a single word.
I was moved by Touch on so many levels, but primarily what I had a very strong visceral reaction to was the dynamic between the father and the son. As a parent myself, and also as a son to a father. To imagine the inability to communicate when you have the depth of the feelings of love and hope and everything towards another person, and not being able to share that. I find heartbreaking, devastating, and obviously in my conversations with Tim Kring, I realized that their ability to communicate is going to improve over the course of the series. And so for me to be able to, as an actor, to play to those moments was something that was challenging to me, but it was also something that I couldn't wait to try. I thought at the very beginning that those were going to be the most difficult scenes. They have come to be the scenes that I enjoy doing the most. I think one of the aspects of the show that I admired a lot, and it kind of goes against my natural grain, because I think I can be cynical, but the show is innately hopeful. His son is never going to talk. That dynamic is always going to stay the same, and yet every day he fights hard to try and improve his situation, when I think a lot of people would normally give up. And there's something innately hopeful about that. So I think in playing the drama and the kind of sadness and the loneliness of that character, and trying to keep the balance of hope alive, that's a very delicate balance. So I think that would probably be the most significant challenge that I have as an actor, in trying to kind of keep those kind of almost polar opposite ideas afloat. I didn't seek it out at all. Doing another television show after 10 years of 24 was the last thing I had on my mind. No, I was doing a play on Broadway at the time, and someone sent me the script and said it was a television show, and I said, well, I'm not interested in doing a television show. And they said, well, you better read it, because it was written by Tim Kring. It's being produced by Peter Chernin. Both men I have a great deal of respect for. And so in all fairness, I read it out of respect, and I was going to be able to have the conversation with them and tell them why I couldn't do it. And it was around page 30, and I went, oh no. And then I remember thinking, well, there's 40 more pages, maybe it'll fall apart. And it didn't. It just got better and better and better. So it was the last thing in the world I thought I wanted to do. But I also knew that I would be very disappointed with myself if come September I was sitting on the couch watching it on the television and I hadn't been a part of it. And something 24 taught me was that you kind of have to live and work on opportunity's schedule. Opportunity doesn't necessarily work on yours. So it was something I took, and I'm grateful for the decision, because we've been working on it for the last 8 months. We're coming very close to finishing up the 13 episodes. And it again my experience on 24 was amazing, but this has been equally rewarding. So I've been very, very fortunate. Inherently, I mean, if you're just going to balance it on the numbers, I would say yes. You know, I did 200 episodes of 24. That's the equivalent of 100 movies. I don't know any other actor who's made 100 movies playing the same character. So yeah, just by the sheer volume of the work, I would have to think yes. Yeah. And whether it's possible to shed that, I'll let you know in about a year. I knew I was going to want to do television at some point. I certainly didn't think it was going to be within 5 years of finishing it. He's just one of the most creative directors I've ever worked with, and did things, everything from blocking to the way he shot, was just different than any other film experience I've ever had. Yeah, and I love him to death. I think he's unbelievably funny. I think he's a very caring, loyal man, and I think he's a beautiful, beautiful filmmaker. I mean, I put movies or films into 3 categories, and there are movies which are fun to go to and popcorn and a hot dog and it's like a spectacle. Then there are films which are a little more serious, and primarily what you'll see at the Academy Awards are films. And then there's cinema. Bertolucci, Fellini, Nick Roeg, certainly when he was doing stuff like Bad Timing or Don't Look Now. And then, you know, Lars von Trier is one of those filmmakers to me. And so for me to have been able to have that opportunity, my father has had the opportunity to work with Bertolucci, Fellini, and Nicholas Roeg. I had the opportunity to work with Lars von Trier. Yeah, I loved it.
He has this reputation that he's pushing the actors to the limit.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. There are some actors that will respond well to that, and there are some that won't. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Well, certainly with theater, I mean, as I'm looking into the lens right here, the lens is cutting me off here and here, and as a painter, I would brush stroke accordingly. On stage, it's 40 feet by 20 feet, and big brush strokes, and I enjoy that. With film, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's very specific, and I enjoy that. And then with television, there is a real art, I believe, in playing a character and trying to make him as specific as possible, but leaving it open so that when the story goes left or right, that's still a possibility. So for all of those different reasons, all of the different mediums are enjoyable for me. Yeah.
The universe is made up of precise ratios and patterns, where everything and everyone is connected.
They're all the same number. Jake, how did you do that?
There are those among us, mostly kids, whose sole purpose is to act as air traffic controllers for that interconnectivity.
3/18. It's today's date.
I told you, he's trying to tell us about something.
Mr. Ball, your son sees everything. The past, the present, the future. He sees how it's all connected.
You're telling me my son can predict the future?
Now, I'm telling you, it's a roadmap. And your job now, your purpose, is to follow it for him. It's your destiny.
My name is Martin Baum. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think we're supposed to find each other. The time, the date, somehow it's all connected. Whatever it is, it's supposed to happen today at 3:18. You can do this. No! Jake, I did what you wanted. I followed the numbers. They were saved because of you. I don't know if you understand a single word that I'm saying. I don't even know if you hear me. But I can hear you, Jake. Do you understand that? I can hear you now.